We must go back.
Are you crazy? I like killing sprees as much as the next guy, but we barely got out of there alive.
What about Gamora?
She made a choice.
What?
So you're just gonna abandon her? And Nikki? What if it was Groot? You gonna leave him behind too?
I am Groot.
Don't talk like that. That's not what this is about.
Isn't it though? We're supposed to be a team. Teams don't leave people behind.
Tell that to the giant Kratakan army of robots and brainwashed believers we barely got away from.
Oh!
Gamora!
Is that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
How'd you get back?
It doesn't matter. I failed. Raker lives.
For now.
We have to go back. We can't leave Nikki there. What he'll turn her into?
Blah blah flarkin blah. So you got stepdaddy issues and had a horrible childhood. Boo-hoo.
Rocket!
What? It's true. Guess what? You ain't the only one here who had it bad. It don't mean we're angling to commit suicide because some pseudo-priest nutjob is doing surprise nutjob stuff. If we go back there, we're dead. D-E-D! Dead!
I am Groot.
I'd rather die with honor than without.
Oh, Gamora.
Who crawled up her butt and died?
Rocket.
So, get the Flark out of Dodge?
Not yet. We should try to get a hold of Cosmo instead.
I am Groot.
Great plan, only he ain't answering the passport.
Okay, but what choice do we have? We don't have comms.
Well, actually, we might have comms. It turns out they weren't as flarked as I originally thought.
Really?
Groot should be able to raise him.
Wow. What about the tracker?
Okay.
Sounds like Murder Mom's feeling more stabby than usual. Hey! Better not slice through anything in that cargo bay. We ain't restocking anytime soon.
I am Groot.
Harsh. Excuse me, I ain't the one advocating to throw ourselves to the Flurkins. Right, Drax?
Yes.
Drax hasn't said anything that whole time. He's thinking about stuff. Oh my god, Gamora. How did she even get back?
I am Groot.
Quill and I don't need to make up.
I am Groot.
Maybe when Quill makes the right call and flies us far, far away from the church, I'll consider us formally even.
Rocket, that's my daughter. And I don't think Gamora wants to leave either. Gamora, oh my god, look, her shoulder. But who defeated her though? She's so strong and... like, I just can't imagine that anybody could even defeat her. She got an arm. But maybe Nikki did. Like, Nikki has some crazy powers going on that helped him defeat her. And she's very ashamed about that. Because her upbringing is that Thanos raised her to be an assassin, right? So even though she's not really all about being with Thanos anymore, I guess it's still kind of... she's proud of those skills. And to fail is unthinkable, basically. Now, where did we last leave off? Again with that damn dream. How'd I end up in jail? Last thing I remember, I was fighting the Blood Brothers. Yeah, I got hit in the head, but inside my head, now we're all behind glass. What a trip, literally. No one mentioned that Cortex thing was a giant freaking hand. Somehow, it carried us straight to the Hala's Hope in like a minute. At least I think it was a minute. It was like time stood still and we saw stuff I still don't understand. But we're here now and already something's not right. No one around and the artificial gravity has gone out. That was too close. One wrong wire and we almost got hushed out the airlock like space trash. But then something happened. Just like that time we almost drowned in jelly. My gun suddenly changed, like they just knew what I needed. And I could feel it. This fear, panic, need to protect. Perfect moment. We don't know anything about the guns. Maybe we should let Rocket take a look. Maybe my dad or my mom's trying to protect me from somewhere. I'm getting bad deja vu. Hey, is that Hot Dog Man in this universe? I'm getting bad deja vu. More of those crazed Nova Corps with a weird purple glow. Hallis Hope looks just like the Rock, and we know how that ended. They've been messing with the ship's power for some reason too. Can't be good. Guess we know why they were messing with that power, sorta. There's this giant laser pointed right at Contraxia, except it seems to be sucking some kind of energy from the planet? Every part of this sucks. I hope Nikki and Ko-Rel are okay. We were able to get easy access to Nikki's little hideout, thanks to that keycard she slipped me when we first met, but the place was empty. Really thought or hoped we'd find them here, but we did find something. Nikki may be my kid? Ko-Rel would have said something, right? We're headed to her office next. More bad luck at Ko-Rel's office. No Ko-Rel, no Nikki, and no clue what the heck happened. But we found some creepy graffiti and it looks like her captain's logs were wiped. Rocket says there should be backups on the Nexus, but we'll have to access it directly. Trying to stay positive, but none of this smells right. If we try to piece together what happened, the thing, that weird cleaner robot thingy, we don't have a name for it yet, that like weird black spiky robot, not robot, the monster. It killed Ko-Rel and Nikki was with them. And then like they somehow... Like where does the church come in here? That yellow gem is associated with the church? By the way, Sika, look, the S is in the background. The S that everyone drew in school. Got a close look at that big rope thing we first saw on the Rock. It's a robot. Was a robot. Now it's scrap. I like it better this way. Let's just hope there's not more of them waiting for us on the bridge. My brain keeps repeating what we saw on the Nexus. That thing from the QZ. Is that really what started whatever all this is? Did we free that thing? This Raker guy, he was at the QZ too. Cosmo said he used to lead a universal church or something. If he's hurt Ko-Rel or Nikki, there'll be hell to pay. Nikki, what have they done to you? Raker's got her fooled with this whole promise thing. Says they're gonna bring people back from the dead. Does that mean Ko-Rel... We gotta get her out of here. Help her snap out of it. Rocket managed to hack Raker's drone. Says that's our ticket out. Where am I? This isn't real, is it? It feels real, but then it felt like I was really back on Earth too. Nikki, was that whole matriarch thing just part of the dream? I can't think straight. Everything feels far away. We saw something very heartbreaking, but I really wonder about what Drax saw. If his wife and daughter are gone, maybe that's what he saw. Because then afterwards, he was talking about his wife, Hovat, instead of Gamora, and then right now he's not feeling well. Ko-Rel is... she's gone. Or at least, mostly gone? After I rejected my promise, I think I somehow got pulled into Nikki's. Ah, okay, it was Nikki's... Oh, Nikki's desires. She wants a family. It was this reality where her, me, and Ko-Rel were all family. We were all getting ready to surprise Ko-Rel for her birthday, and then things got weirder. Ko-Rel's spirit spoke to me, told me how Nikki saw her die, how she needs to accept her mom's death. But can I even trust what I saw? We need to get out of here. We're outnumbered and way outgunned. We need to get out of the ship and regroup so we can plan a proper rescue mission for Nikki. Luckily, Rocket hacked that drone and it'll lead us straight to the comms room so we can signal to Milano to pick us up. Alright, Milano's on its way. We just need to make sure we're in position by the time it shows up, and ideally not under fire. Everyone seems pretty shook up by the whole promise thing. I wonder what they all saw. What? The Flark? This is way more than some backwater cult. It's a full-on religion. There's gotta be millions of them. Gold light flowing out of them, just like on the Rock. How did they get this big, this fast? It was only a cycle ago that Raker was some old man in Nova Corps custody. We spotted Raker, and Gamora went after him, on her own. I won't pretend I'm not worried, but she knows what she's doing. We've gotta keep going and trust that she'll regroup with us in time. Solo fighter-wise, Gamora is probably the most competent person here, right? I don't think we need to worry, but she's okay. But her ego is not. Rocket managed to jerry-rig some of those faith batteries to blow. Should put some space between us and the church forces while we make our escape. Still no sign of Gamora, but we can't wait any longer. Hope I made the right call. Made it back to the Milano by the skin of our teeth. No doubt Rocket will count this as another time he saved my butt. Gamora made it back too, with Raker's arm. Note to self, do not mess with that lady. At least we've got lots of news for Cosmo. Really hope Rocket can figure something out from there. Oh, you're all the way back here. Before he was Grand Unifier of the Universal Church of Truth, Raker was a chief scientist to a nomadic deep space mining colony. He and his people scoured the galaxy for precious resources, but on one ill-fated operation, dug up a deadly disease instead. Raker's infallible science failed him. His only son perished, as did most of his colony. Devastated, Raker searched for any light in the darkness. Inexplicably, he found it in a man of incredible illogical power, a golden god as it were, who healed the ailing colonists. Raker could not fathom how. He could only have faith. Together, he and his new divine vessel founded the Universal Church of Truth. Oh, it suddenly reminds me, back on the very first mission in Chapter 1, we found that one document where the people's names all had X's and stuff, and they were talking about how a church person healed a dying person, right? Not a dying person, but someone with like PTSD or something. During the Galactic War, Raker and his healer, whom the faithful simply called him, traveled in known worlds. Raker was his keeper, arranging the faith healing for those hurt by the ongoing conflict. And then, a second tragedy. News soon broke of the healer's violent, mysterious death. Meanwhile, war casualties kept lining up, and Raker no longer had his divine vessel. He watched helplessly as his congregation broke and scattered. Rumor has it that the Grand Unifier has been slowly gathering a new flock, traveling the galaxy in search of any miracle that can rekindle the church's former light. Also a relatively new character. Oh, the matriarch. You wouldn't really think of Nikki as being the matriarch because out of the entire cast here, she's the least matriarchy person, being the youngest female. With the second rise of the Universal Church of Truth, a new figure has emerged in their religious lore, the matriarch. Those who have seen her describe a young girl towering over a congregation in a sweeping robe, surrounded by the church's elite guards. She appears to be under the tutelage of Grand Unifier Raker, who is always found by her side. The faithful members of the church seem to believe that matriarch is the key to spreading a religious experience called the Promise, an epiphany that appears to lock in the loyalty of the church's followers. They call her their divine vessel, a term also used for the faithful healer who led them during the Galactic War. One thing is clear, the arrival of the matriarch has lit a beacon across the galaxy, and the church's flock is growing rapidly. No, we gotta get her back. We have to. The one document I'm talking about, I wonder if I can find it. A miracle? Yeah, this one. His church! It's totally the exact same thing. The healer healed someone just by touching them. But he's not really himself after that, though. Creatures? Do these have things? Oh my freaking god, okay. Voxyplode. Voxyplodes were created in a Rigelian bioweapon lab as an efficient way to disable an enemy's ship from the inside. A hull-breaching Bohr missile delivered the payload and unleashed havoc upon the unsuspecting crew. The Voxyplode's method of locomotion is extremely simple, dropping and rolling along its gelatinous, thorny surface. It has an eye on each of its faces used to locate enemy life forms, but also to spot and coordinate with others of its kind. Sounds dizzying, especially since it's rolling around. A Voxyplode swarm is capable of significant damage. Its deadliest trait, however, is its ability to reform into more Voxyplodes if it is torn into pieces, adding more numbers to its horde. The Rigelians underestimated the resilience of their creatures, causing significant post-war complications after the Galactic War ended and cleanup began. Wurum. When did we even see this guy? I don't even remember anymore. Wurums are one of the most adaptive species in the galaxy, and it's not unusual to find them on any planet bearing life. They're known to plant their larvae in anything, especially fruits and vegetables, later infesting the creatures that eat them. Xenobiologists believe the booming animal trade market has almost single-handedly seeded these creatures onto multiple worlds. Without host plants to support their young, they are also capable of producing large masses of eggs. Crews fighting in the Galactic War reported waking up to find whole ship chambers covered in egg structures. The basic Wurum has an impressive mass and uses its body to whip and crush its prey, intending to prevent escape by breaking bones. It's also capable of a thick, slimy spray, which weighs down and binds anything trying to escape. Hollock. Oh, Sherlock. The Sherlock is a nasty creature from Shatari Prime that is often used as an interrogation tool. Its original name, Sherlock, translates roughly to screaming chair, but not for any sound the creature makes. Captured resistance soldiers during the Galactic War feared being Sherlocked by the enemy, and for good reason. The Shatari appear to have bred these beasts to have larger spikes and sharper edges than nature intended. Normally kept secure in the belly of a Shatari vessel, many Sherlocks were set loose upon the enemy if the ship was about to be lost to a boarding party. These were the stuff that we saw back in the quarantine zone, which is where the war stuff is, so that makes sense. Moniscobule. These unusual creatures are found exclusively in Nova Corps' post-war wreckage dump, the quarantine zone. The fact that they were never seen before led scientists to believe it was a mutation caused by the radiation and toxic substances within the crashed ships. Genetic analysis concluded that the Moniscobule was originally a Huskian spindle rat, a common breed of vermin found aboard many deep space ships. This mutation has increased its size tenfold and distorted its body to the point where it's unrecognizable. Nova Corps has assured scientists that these unfortunate beasts will be sealed away and destroyed with the rest of the hazardous contents of the quarantine zone bubble. Okay, these ones I'm gonna put off a little bit. Oh, maybe I read this one. This one seems like it might be Inquisitor. Formerly known as 28T Deep Dredgers, the Inquisitor machines of the Universal Church of Truth were once deep space mining robots. When the mining ships cored out a large ore sample, the colony would begin to construct their workstations inside. These robots would begin the initial work to ensure the environment was safe enough to move in construction crews. The robots have since been heavily modified to serve as personal guards for Grand Unifier Raker. With new hardware empowered by an unquantifiable energy source, Faith, the Inquisitor's abilities cannot be measured. However, one can assume their previous functions do remain. They have solid, flexible metal bodies and can extend their limbs great distances. Specialized tools that enable them to quickly drill through rock and project cutting lasers make them a formidable foe. And the Grand Unifier used to just be a miner, and now he's a priest guy with mining robots as his guards. Wow. New factions. Okay, sure. The Converted. A bizarre phenomenon is sweeping through the galaxy, leaving previously rational people change in a profound way. Scientists from several worlds have pooled their expertise to find a cause and a potential cure, but they have had little success. Experts cannot even agree on whether it's a virus, some type of brainwashing, or perhaps something less scientific and more in the realm of mystics. They have, however, compiled a list of observations about these Converted. Most distinguishable is a sickly purple glow or aura around the body. The energy generated is currently unidentified and impossible to measure. The minds of the Converted are altered, and although they appear to retain much of their former selves, they are driven to coordinate with the other Converted. Any former goals are replaced by a need to spread the message about something they call the Promise, which seems to be their version of paradise for all sentient creatures. Do not mistake this for pacifism. While the Converted appear calm and collected, they will attack with extreme violence if their message is rejected. Any former goals are replaced. That's scary. The delivery method for this malady remains a mystery, but it is spreading fast. Nova Corps has advised isolation and quarantine until more is known. Nowhere security. When Cosmo took command of Nowhere, a haven for the galaxy's worst criminals, his primary goal was keeping the peace. He knew he'd need a reliable, incorruptible security force to help him do it. The perfect candidates arrived in the form of the Corbinites. With their planet eaten by Galactus, the World Devourer, the Corbinite survivors fled across the galaxy, eventually docking their sentient ship at Nowhere. Cosmo probed their minds telepathically to reveal their intent, finding them to be peaceful and eager to fit into a chaotic new world. As hardy people with a strong sense of justice, they were a perfect match. Which ones were those guys? Have we seen those? The Universal Church of Truth is a techno-religious organization focused on healing and the relief of suffering. It began after its founded members, deep space miners, lost most of their colony to an incurable disease. The group grew during the Galactic War as world after world fell to the Shatari assault. Reports of a holy man, an actual healer, traveling with the church only drew more of the weary and wounded, led by the Grand Unifier, Raker. The church brought rising hope in a time of great loss. However, the church started to buckle under the weight of war casualties and the death of its healer god. By the war's end, they had all but disappeared. The church has since resurfaced, with the Grand Unifier once again at the forefront, but Nova Corps has registered it as a minor sect without significant influence. Clearly, that's the wrong classification. Oh dear.
I saw you looking at those emergency door controls, stupid llama thing. You better not try eating them. I hope that was llama speak for I will not chew up your ship. And that better have been an acknowledgement.
Do you actually understand what we're saying?
Shoo, move over. What are you looking at?
Oh no, you ain't chewing through any more of my ship.
My ship.
Shoo, flark off.
Wow, that panel must have looked really tasty. What's it for, anyways?
Emergency door controls for the ship. Something a ship owner should know.
Hey, do I look like an engineer?
You don't.
Drax? Oh shoot, Drax.
What do you think, bud? Now that Contraxia is gone, what's gonna be the new hotspot for entertainment?
I am Groot.
An asteroid, huh? Huh. Smart.
Drax has something to say. If we can't find him, I would actually be inclined to, like, restart.
Anybody in there? Drax? Are you okay? Open up!
Peter Quill.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna join us in the cockpit? You got a lot of dog report items for Cosmo.
Perhaps I will. Write them down.
Drax.
Apologies. I will surrender the lavatory. In a few ticks.
Wait. Was that my toothbrush?
I believe so. I believe so. Are you gonna come back out? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna restart here. Just to make sure we get to see that little bit. I know we're not gonna get to see everything, but he was sitting right here.
You alright there, Drax?
I am pondering that question.
And that makes total sense. After what happened with Nikki and that twisted promise, having to watch the people we love die all over again.
My family did not simply die. They were murdered. By Thanos. I do not wish to discuss it.
Yeah, he definitely saw something related to the promise in there. And that's Gamora's adoptive dad too. That's a bit... Okay, I'm glad we saw this.
What is wrong with her? We have to go back. Sure, we're heroes, but there's a limit.
Yeah, but that's Nikki, you know? That's my daughter. It's not just anybody.
So, Drax, you feeling sucky because Quill took my side?
He explicitly did not.
As far as I know, we ain't turning this ship around and heading back to the Matriarch. I'll take that as a win.
It is Matriarch.
I know, I was making a pun. Cause she's a blue blood? Well, at least on her mom's side.
Oh, like a Kree? You really don't know how to read the room, do you? Everyone's really upset here.
Hey, Rocket. You got a minute?
Yeah, I heard you.
You don't want to talk? I'd rather talk to you. Not enough. Keep saving up?
Why do you tease me with crafting, Quill?
Sorry. Oh.
One whole arm. That's what? 10% of Raker down?
And I say we leave the other 90% alone. Can't say I ain't glad I get to dissect this little marvel, but that's as close as I'm getting to this flarking cult ever again.
It's okay, he's just saying it. It's like how he wanted to go to nowhere and we didn't. But we'll vote or something and then he won't get to choose. It sounds really horrible, but I'm sure he'll come through. Later on.
Alright, ambience.
Is that our running away from the church song?
Come on, Rocket. Oh, what's going on here? Where even are we? I don't like the look of that texture. Looks like ribs or something. Oops.
Shoo, move over.
Yeah, and then that's the cue that makes Drax go away. Okay, let me just suffer the fate of my toothbrush again first.
Anybody in there? Drax? Are you okay? Open up! Was that my toothbrush?
That's why there's only one toothbrush in the entire bathroom. Groot?
I'm Groot.
How you doing, buddy?
How about you, bud? You doing okay?
He was looking at Rocket when we were talking about the promise, and they had an understanding.
Are you sure? We saw some pretty messed up stuff in there.
I am Groot.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to discuss it with you. You and Rocket should definitely talk about it, though. I'm glad you guys are there for each other. Take care, buddy.
I am Groot.
Where is a strange place in the galaxy?
What do you think, bud? Now that Contraxi is gone, what's gonna be the new hotspot for entertainment?
I am Groot.
An asteroid, huh? Huh. Smart!
Okay, Gamora looks pissed. Even from 5 miles away, I can see it. Maybe let's talk to her first, and then we'll look at all the items that we picked up. We picked up so many! Gamora, you should rest up. I saw your shoulder. It was hurt.
Watch it, Peter. You could fall on my sword if you're not careful.
Hey, Gamora.
Go away, Peter.
Come on. Just thought I'd check in. That was some pretty heavy stuff you said earlier. Wanna talk about it?
I don't need a pep talk.
It's not a pep talk. There's only one option.
Okay. All right. No talking. Let's sing it out.
What?
Oh, who's the hunter? Who's the game? You feel the beat, call your name. Come on, I know you know this one. I hold you close in victory. I don't wanna tame your animal style. You won't be caged in the call of the wild. Come on, sing it!
Shooting at the walls of...
Shooting at the walls of heartache.
Bang, bang!
I am the warrior. I am the warrior. And heart to heart you win. See? Just singing.
All right, I like that one. Gets me every time. What did you want to talk about?
I'm glad you're feeling better. Although, I don't know why. Mr. Llama. Oh my god, what did we name the llama again? Cammy? After Drax's dead daughter. Yeah, maybe Gamora. Peter has a good voice. Gamora, maybe not so much.
Want to talk about the guy whose arm you just ripped off?
There's nothing to talk about.
You chopped his arm off.
And that's all I did. He's still out there with Nikki manipulating her with his slick lies and flarked up promises. Making everybody think... we can't bring them back.
Who did you see? In your promise? Got a feeling it wasn't Thanos.
No one. Nothing. It was just a lie. Which is why we need to stop it.
Right. I'm working on that. Just... try not to slash the cargo bay in half.
Could you move?
Ooh, okay. We have a very balanced yet completely unbalanced group here. Hey man, how's it looking? It's still red.
Quill and I don't need to make up. Maybe when Quill makes the right call and flies us far, far away from the church, I'll consider us formally even.
Ooh, so swirly. Is that even a plant? Wonder where Groot picked up that one.
Back on the Nova Corps ship, Hala's Hope. Oh, you collect plants.
I feel like I've seen this before. Did Groot pick it up in nowhere?
This is the spirit tree. Oh my god, Groot. You can't just do that. You're stealing trees. Oh, so this is like a mini vegetation version of all the plants that we've come across in our travels. That's kind of cool. Groot, can I talk to you?
According to this, the collector reported Groot stolen 14 years ago.
Can we help you?
Does that mean that Groot is 14 years old?
Oh, hey, Rocket, Groot. Sup?
What are you doing snooping through Groot's scut, Quill?
I am Groot.
Well, maybe you should mind.
Whoa, guys. Groot, I didn't mean to invade your space. Seriously, I would never do that. I was just curious about this report thingy I found.
Yeah, the report thingy that just so happens to bring up a lot of painful memories for Groot. Real smooth, Quill.
Like you care about people's feelings.
It's not fine. The collector kept you in a frickin' cage like some kind of animal. As if it weren't bad enough you lost your entire planet.
I am Groot.
Fine. Groot says he'll answer your stupid questions.
How did you become the last floral colossus?
What happened to your homeworld?
You never told me that.
I am Groot.
What did he say?
He says the Shatari blew it up with an experimental doomsday device.
Why? Oh my god.
That's awful.
Ain't the worst part, Quill. Groot says after Planet X was blown up, the other branch worlds mobilized. But they weren't no match for the Shatari and also got destroyed.
I am Groot.
Far as he knows, he's the last of his kind.
Oh, Groot. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'd do if Earth was destroyed, if I was the last human.
I am Groot.
He says it's not so bad. He's got us.
Oh. Why does the name of Groot's planet sound so makeshift? Planet X.
How'd you end up with the collector in the first place?
How do you think? He stole Groot.
I am Groot.
Fine, you tell it. He says the collector found him at the start of the war, in the wreckage of his planet.
Holy crap.
But just a piece, a splinter. The rest got destroyed like everyone else.
Just a splinter? Does this mean you can't die?
I am Groot.
He can still die, but he ain't gonna, 'cause I ain't gonna let him. I'll replant you 1,000,000 times if I gotta.
So, how'd the collector find you?
I am Groot.
A drone found him, dormant in space. Guess old Tiven scours the galaxy for new specimens.
I am Groot.
Slavery ain't the same as saving.
I am Groot.
He insists the collector saved him by planting him and also keeping him in a das cage until I stole him, hence the stupid Flarkin report.
Is it still active, the report? Will the collector come collecting?
You see any gold domes around lately?
Fair enough. I know we don't talk a lot, Groot, for, you know, obvious reasons. But I can't imagine this team without you. I can't change the past, but I can't commit to making the future better.
He says he knows, and he's grateful.
Yeah, your absence was really felt when last chapter, for some reason, like all of his lines just glitched up and he wasn't talking. It's obvious when Rocket talks, because they sort of come in a pair. Poor Groot. You still in here, Rocket?
Hope somebody makes the right call and gets us out of the way of those church idiots.
I am Groot.
It ain't cowardice, it's common sense. Wait, are you siding with Green Team on this?
I am Groot.
Wow, I'm an idiot.
Well, a little bit is all we'd achieve before getting brain scrubbed and tied up to faith reactors.
I just realized green team is in reference to their skin color. I thought it was just like, you know, blue team, red team, green team. But Gamora and Drax are both green, coincidentally enough. Oh hey Gamora, I got you your doll. Oh, it's kind of...
Oh, why yes. I am the handsome leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, but sorry.
Gamora, I was only looking...
Relax. I'm not gonna kill you. This time.
Okay, good.
I, actually never got a chance to say thank you for the doll.
Oh. No problem. I know how you like this kind of stuff.
It was very thoughtful. I can count on one hand the number of times someone has given me a present without expecting something in return.
Wow. Christmas gifts from Thanos must have really sucked.
That's putting it lightly. Thanos wasn't the giving type. Everything was a mind game designed to control us, gifts included. So thank yous aren't exactly my strong suit. Something Mantis says I need to work on.
I'm glad you have a friend in Mantis. You guys seem close. I wonder where her sister is now, Nebula.
How do you know Mantis? Did she give you one of her weirdo fortunes or something?
Not exactly. How do you know her?
I try to hit on her.
I maybe tried to pick her up in a bar once.
And how'd that work out?
Good. Until she did the creepy antenna thing. I was half expecting her to start chanting, Red Rum, Red Rum.
Red what?
Doesn't matter. Point is, she's a wacko for sure. A really hot wacko. Who happens to be your friend?
Yeah, well, that wacko saved my life. A few years ago. Someone got the jump on me. An assassin. Nearly killed me. Mantis happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Seems to have a knack for that.
Not a coincidence.
Yeah. Turns out I had no idea how badly I needed someone like her in my life. Up until then, I'd been so... lonely. After the war, the resistance disbanded. Richard Rider got busy with politics, and the world mine had no use for someone like me.
An assassin?
Something like that. Thanos trained me to be a weapon, not a peacekeeper. Once a weapon, always a weapon, you know?
Is that why Mantis mentioned suicidal urges? Because I get it. I've been there. I'm pretty sure we've all been there at some point.
Let's just say I'm not in that place anymore.
Well, good.
Because of Mantis. She showed me another way. A place where maybe I can be needed.
As a gardener? A gardener of the galaxy, maybe? Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. I really like Mantis, even though she's only appeared once, but she's fun.
What kind of gifts did Thanos give you? Weapons, poison, the metal wire thing you used to strangle people with?
Oh god.
He gave us dolls. Once.
Oh.
Stupid, ugly things from Xandar.
Wow, okay. That's surprisingly girly.
What? I can't be feminine?
You are feminine.
No, just...
You look very feminine.
I was really sure it was gonna be a knife or something.
Like I said, Thanos liked mind games. It was unusual for him to be kind. We didn't even have a bedroom, yet here were these dolls. Purposeless. And they were ours.
Do you still have it? Like, is it in your collection?
No. I lost the one Thanos gave me when I was 6. She was the ugliest doll I'd ever seen. I cried so hard when I lost her. Nebula hurt me. She loved her doll, and I knew she wanted another one. So when she came in to check, we started to fight.
Bet Thanos loved that.
He found us fighting, saw my tears, and laughed. Turns out, the dolls were a lesson on the importance of not getting attached. To help us understand that, he took Nebula's doll and threw it into the incinerator.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine.
Nebula didn't understand why he did it, only that I was somehow responsible. I started collecting these a few years ago. After Nebula. After I knew I'd never see her again.
Is she dead?
It's dumb, but I guess I'd do it for her.
Wow. I'm glad I bought this for you. And I can promise that there are 0 strings attached to anything I give you. You're an important part of this team, Gamora.
Thanks, Peter. Truly.
No need. What happened to her sister? It's kind of twisted in a way though, like... A doll? That was pretty traumatizing, okay, that whole Thanos event, but she still collects dolls.
Thanos sucked.
Yeah, no kidding. And the whole thing about how she was trained to be a weapon, and then she failed the one thing that she was good at. She didn't kill Raker. That's gotta hurt too. Speaking of Raker's arm, is it mechanical or what's going on? Because it definitely didn't seem fleshy. It's just sort of... It's made out of like gold and stuff, kind of like... I mean, that part is fleshy, I guess? It kind of looks like a glove too, I'm not sure. But the connection bits, it doesn't look like there's flesh or blood or anything. Okay. Oh, Drax.
Hey, Drax. You okay? Drax?
Okay, I'm really glad we reloaded earlier and saw that little bit.
You want some chicken soup? Always helps when I'm down.
Guess that's a no. I don't want to bother him anymore.
I know you're in there. Just tell me you're okay.
I am fine. Leave me be.
Really?
Hey there.
Yeah, I don't want to bother him anymore, but... Peter has new lines every single time I knock, though.
Come on, dude.
I feel like an asshole for continuing to knock. Okay, no more, no more.
Drax!
Go away!
Okay, okay. Should have taken the hint the first time. What? Oh, there might be something inside Drax's room that's bleeding over to this side, maybe? I don't know. I've got no clue. Everyone's being quiet now. We picked up a lot of items. I don't even know where they are. We have to look around. Hoverboard, a Kree child's toy that uses electromagnetism to hover. Recommended age range 2 to 5. Even my poster here. Dazzler poster, promotional poster for the Terran Mutant music star, Dazzler. From the X My Heart and Hope to Fly tour. I think somebody mentioned to me that's a thing from X-Men? Had no idea. Earth Electronics. Earth devices capable of a crude low-quality visual display. Artifacts are primitive art. What about that one? Is it like a DVD player or like a cassette? No, there's no DVDs here, probably. Is that like a tape player?
Peter, we need to...
It's always Gamora. She's the only person we can talk to. Everyone else is too preoccupied with other stuff.
Gamora? Hey.
Is that... Corell's Galactic War Commendation?
Yeah. I rescued it from her office. I was planning to give it back to her until...
No one could have predicted that Corell was dead. Or that Nikki would be the matriarch.
Or that she might be my kid.
That too.
She's gonna have questions and I don't even know where to begin. How did you and Mom hook up? Why weren't you around? Did you even want me? I've become my dad.
Do you want to practice on me, answering her questions?
Corell never told me about Nikki. She had a chance to tell me 3 years ago and she didn't.
What happened?
You have to promise not to judge me too harshly.
I can't promise that. I love judging people.
Fine. Corell maybe kind of caught me with a kidnapped 12-year-old girl.
What?
Yeah, I can see why Corell wouldn't have mentioned Nikki.
It's not like that. I didn't kidnap the kid, Yondu did. I told him it was wrong, that we had to give her back, and he disagreed. So I stole the Milano and I was trying to return her when Corell just happened to intercept me. Look, after the Galactic War ended, Corell and I went our separate ways. I rejoined the Ravagers and she joined the Nova Corps. It's not like we had a future together. When she caught me with the kid, when I saw the disappointment in her face, I knew I had to turn over a new leaf. Even if it meant turning in Yondu.
You're the reason Yondu's in the kiln? No wonder there's a bounty on your Earth name. He must have been pissed.
Yep. But I'd do it all over again. What gets me is that Corell had plenty of chances to tell me about Nikki, and she didn't. If I had known, maybe...
The important thing is that you know now.
Yeah.
Is Star-Lord like our official name now and Peter Quill is kind of a secret? I don't think anybody on our team calls me Star-Lord, but the subtitles all say Star-Lord. So, yeah, but there's a bounty on my Earth name, but maybe if people don't know, maybe that's okay. That was 3 years ago though, huh? So you betrayed Yondu not- I thought it was like 12 years ago when all the war stuff happened and when you were with Corell, but no. How long ago did the war end? 3 years ago? That's surprisingly recent.
I already told Nikki some of the story.
But not all of it.
What was I supposed to say? Hey kid, I hooked up with your mom. I might be your dad.
Maybe not that.
I mean, it was war. I was with the Ravagers hitting Chitauri supply chains. You know, pirate stuff. None of us had any long-term plans beyond survival, especially not kids. Hell, I only met Corell because I heard Earth was in Chitauri's crosshairs.
Mercury, yeah, I remember. Richard Ryder established an outpost on the planet's surface.
An undermanned, undergunned, and horribly outnumbered outpost that didn't stand a snowball's chance in hell when the Chitauri launched a sneak attack. Obviously, I had to do something.
Nikki would understand that, I think.
It was so close, Gamora. By the time I convinced Yondu to help, the outpost had fallen. We thought we were too late, so when Corell and her squad came out of those caves, she was just so badass. Her forces had been through the ringer, but she wasn't about to give up Mercury without a fight.
That definitely sounds like the Corell I remember.
I tried to convince Yondu to stay and help retake the outpost, but he saw no profit in dying, so I stayed instead. We spent hours strategizing together, often late into the night. It took 3 days to come up with a counterattack, and even then, it was risky. We thought we were gonna die.
But you didn't.
No, we didn't. And now I have to figure out how to tell my estranged kid her mother's dead. Anyway, until we get Nikki back, we've got bigger fish to fry. This stuff can wait.
True. But when you are ready to talk about it, just be honest with her. The rest will fall into place.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Thanks, Gamora. Man. Let's get her back first. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Mom. I still have no idea what this thing is. I can't tell. It looks like maybe a cassette tape, but it's like slanted on one side. Oh, it's a card. Oh, lyrics card. Oh, I know what this is. This is in the cassette tape, like the cover. The paper inside the plastic case. But we don't have the tape anymore. Oh, it's full of trash here. I love the high chair.
I really hope this isn't a bomb.
Are you coming here? You better come here.
Seriously?
You're so gullible, Quill. It ain't gonna blow. I mean, its core is definitely volatile as scut and could melt a hole through the floor if an idiot decided to take it apart. But it's practically harmless. Just needs some extra repulsion coils to manage the flaw in the photonic phase capacitor.
But will it damage the ship?
Probably not.
You really go bananas for this stuff, don't you?
What the flark is a banana?
It's
What?
this yellow fruit on Earth that looks like a... Never mind. The point is, you're clearly obsessed with this stuff.
Hey, I ain't obsessed. Tech just makes sense, okay? There's order to it. Makes me feel calm. That and it doesn't rip you off like some filthy biologicals I've known.
There are no bananas in space. Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
How are you not obsessed with tech? Look at this place. Your room is... Wow, I mean... Wow.
What's wrong with my room?
It's
You
beautiful.
don't even have a bed.
I got a bed.
It's buried under junk.
I prefer to call it a soft shelf.
I just don't know how any of this could make you feel calm. I feel stressed just looking at it, and that's coming from me. If Groot didn't do the laundry, I'd probably never have clean clothes.
Groot does the laundry?
Like I said, tech makes sense. Why do you care so much?
I don't know, because you're such a perfectionist.
I ain't a perfectionist. The lead scientist on Half-World, Rakmar, he was a perfectionist. A horrible, free-bagging, scut-ridden, flarkin' son of a chog!
What did he do to you?
Oh, what any self-disrespecting scientist does. Started a super soldier program. Except instead of using one of their precious blueskins, they decided to experiment on us.
Animals.
Lesser life forms. But it wasn't enough that he ripped us apart and jammed us full of cybernetic implants. Oh no. He'd make us perform tasks over and over and over.
Oh, like lab rats.
And if we flarked up, if it wasn't exactly right or up to his flarkin' standards, he'd shock us into unconsciousness.
Holy crap. Rocket,
It is what it is, Quill. Groot says fixing stuff is my way to make the memory of that stressed feeling go away. Make me feel in control again when I get overwhelmed. I don't know. He's probably right.
Everybody here, this is torture. Gamora was tortured by Thanos. Rocket was tortured on Half-World. I was in prison and I saw my mom die. Groot was enslaved. Drax's past I'm not sure about, but we know that his daughter and wife are dead.
You got grifted.
Laugh it up, Star Pants.
I mean, that's terrible. Who was it?
A chick.
Really? I didn't even know you liked girls.
She wasn't just any girl. She was a chick. One of them Voldi, bird people.
She sounds super special.
Her name was Tella, and she wasn't just special. She made me feel special, like I wasn't some freak show science experiment. She bought me a drink. She didn't even flinch at my implants. I just escaped Half-World, and I fell for her. Hard.
We've all been there, buddy. Half the girls I've dated have tried to kill me. You should see the scars.
Except I didn't know no better. I thought Tella was my friend. And then one day, she convinces me to hack a ship for her. You know, kid stuff. Wasn't even nothing in it for me. I just wanted to impress her.
Yep, definitely been there. Reminds me of this one time with Vrelnexian.
You mind? Anyways, I hacked the ship all right. I hacked it to Scut. The next thing I know, I'm surrounded by a bunch of Badoon thugs. Turns out they owned the ship. While they focused on me, she took off in the ship that I hacked for her. She left me there, Quill. Like I was trash.
Sorry to hear that.
That's the day I learned to think twice before trusting biologicals. They're not all like Groot.
Groot really is the first one to treat you right, isn't he?
He's my family.
You're lucky to have found each other. Especially after...
everything.
And then some. I hope you'll see us as family one day, too.
No comment. Groot? Earlier I think we talked about how he's 14, and then Rocket mentioned being 17 when we were in Nikki's hideout. So... yeah, Groot and Rocket have probably been together for a very long time, since young too. I feel like we picked up more stuff than that. Yeah. But maybe it's the one thing in Drax's room that we can't access right now because Drax is busy. Not even just the fridge, but all these, like, nothing is clean here. It's so dirty. Drax? That pretty much it then? It's creepy. Yeah, his hand doesn't look... it doesn't look like flesh. It looks weird. Let's see. Oh, Chewbacca toy. Oh my god, all these have things to say as well? Holy crap, I didn't realize. Oh my god! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna... I thought you just see the thing. Okay, I'm gonna read all this in due time, okay? I'm gonna focus on reading the important stuff first. But there's so much here. Goodness. We read about this one. And this one. This one, this one, this one, this one. Assassin's Ring. Yes. Okay, so I guess we have talked about everything already. All the conversations. Floppy child's doll and souvenir made from the tanned membranous coverings of Nowhere's brain? Ew! What the hell? It moves slightly over time. Many children have reported that, but scientists believe that this is due to residual psychic power of the dead celestial. Ew. Ew. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll read a little bit more before we move on, because we have a lot going on here. Yeah. Oh, there's an empty place here. That's weird. Quill Farm. Originally built by Gene and Molly Quill, this humble earth farm in St. Charles, Missouri, produced and sold grain to the local community. It was inherited by their daughter Meredith, who raised her son Peter on the property. While the family lived a relatively simple life, neighbors reported 2 separate incidents of unusual disturbances, such as loud noises and bright lights. In a police report of the first occurrence, Meredith confessed to holding a large rock music party in the backfield. The hundreds of reports of the second occurrence have all been heavily redacted and reveal no details. Not anymore, right? Because Earth... But do people back on Earth know about the galaxy? Probably, right? The Milano. Formerly a fighter in the Ravager's pirate fleet, the Milano has seen her share of combat and has been impounded numerous times for various charges. She's a warp-capable M-class ship with impressive scouting speed and a modified arsenal capable of downing much larger vessels. Nova Corps records show the Milano's involvement in the Galactic War, though the details have mostly been redacted. During those cycles, her repair records had listed her irreparably damaged on 3 different occasions. Apparently, her pilot refuses to give up on her. Updated records have registered the Milano to the Gardeners of the Galaxy. All Ravager vessels follow the same designation pattern, naming the vessel after a wife or lover. We can assume the Milano is named after the current pilot's past love interest. Who was his Milano? Was she a pirate as well? Oh. But it was named before Peter got it, right? So maybe it's like related to Yondu? Half-world. Oh! Oh wow, it's literally half a world. You're kidding me. Wow. That's so weird. Half-world is a planet in the Keystone Quadrant split almost directly in half, with one side covered in lush forests and the other completely industrialized. As an important asset of the Kree Empire, Half-world was expected to bolster its military might with experimental weapon projects, primarily focusing on AI and robotics such as the massive Kree sentries. They soon realized they had a valuable unexploited resource, animals living deep in the woods. Thus, the Kree hybrid program began. Abducted animals found themselves altered by bioengineering, their brains augmented with AI and their bodies physically enhanced. A rare few even gained sentience, which created several violent incidents, with at least one reported escape, Rocket. The hybrids did go on to fight in the Galactic War, and most of them were sacrificed as acceptable losses, while creating distractions or holding the line just a bit longer for the Kree soldiers to survive. Half-world has gone silent since the war, and it is unclear whether the experiments continue. The Quarantine Zone is a massive graveyard of galactic war debris, including wrecked vessels, giant robots, explosives, and biological weapons. With no safe way to dispose of all this dangerous cargo, Nova Corps agreed to seal it all away in a protective sphere. The contents inside are bound together with an aggressive Ebrium-based nanoresin cluster foam. The pink stuff. The purple-pink stuff. The foam will continue to expand and adhere to any surface, pulling all of the scrap together and eventually filling the sphere entirely. The process is currently ongoing, with new wreckage still hauled to the quarantine zone and added to the pile. Until the task is complete, the Nova Corps frigate, Halas Hope, continues to patrol the area to make sure any contraband stays out of the hands of would-be thieves. And that's how we got caught. Wrecked mining vessel. Several interstellar mining vessels can be found within the quarantine zone wreckage. Though they were not directly involved in the war, they were recovered from the D-Sor mining colony after a deadly outbreak ravaged its fleet. Many of these plague ships were marked for containment. One particular ship appears to be the chosen nesting ground of a stray Acanti, but Nova Corps has not tried to capture the massive beast. Its wreckage has been marked off-limits. Clearly some sort of explosion ripped it apart from the inside, but the residual radiation is unlike anything on record. Unwilling to risk the health of Nova Corpsmen, the Worldmind decided to seal the vessel inside a nanoresin tomb with the rest of the debris. And that's the problem, right? So this thing right now is probably a remnant of the war. Halas Hope. Halas Hope is a Nova Corps frigate currently tasked with patrolling the quarantine zone and assisting with peacekeeping in the surrounding sector. She's fully crewed with staff ranging from custodians to Nova Centurions, with Centurion Corel serving as her current captain. Like every Nova Corps vessel, Halas Hope maintains a constant link with the Xandarian Worldmind through its Bridges Nexus hub. The frigate is equipped with heavy Nova Force weaponry, both lethal and incapacitating, and has significant capacity for impounded ships and prisoner transport. While the presence of a Nova Corps ship is intended to inspire peace and hope, it also serves as an intentional display of power to discourage criminal activity. Given the lethal nature of the wreckage contained in the QZ, Halas Hope is one of the most important missions in the Nova Corps. Seknarf 9. Oh, we've got quite a bit here. Seknarf 9 is known as much for its monstrous storms as for its monsters. It is a planet of extremes, with torrential rain and lightning storms battering the rocky peaks and a lush underjungle full of deadly predators below. And trypophobia stuff, all those little circles and the yellow and the blue and Beast traders seeking to make a profit should know the planet's violent weather seasons and schedule to visit during those rather than risk a landing in the impenetrable weather seasons. It is a sanctuary world, housing the galaxy's deadliest beasts, which have free reign over the wilds. Hunting is forbidden, but poachers who defy the law rarely escape the planet. Seknarf 9 was famously neutral in the Galactic War, instead focused on its own civil war as its current ruler, Lady Hellbender, rose to power. Her authority encompasses the entire planet, and any business there must go through her. The Rock. Built into the side of a large asteroid in the Teo system, the Rock is a primary Nova Corps station tasked with overseeing all peacekeeping operations for a dozen sectors. It is a deep space extension of New Xandar, allowing consultation and diplomacy with the world mind as well as serving as a dispatch for Nova Corps operations. Thousands of Nova Corps workers live within the Rock and help maintain the station, oversee more business-related tasks, and provide law enforcement. After the war left Nova Corps in ruins, reconstruction efforts focused simultaneously on New Xandar and the Rock. The world might believe that the Corps cannot remain on the defensive, but would need to extend their presence back into the galaxy at large. Nowhere. The last spaceport on the edge of the known universe, Nowhere drifts precariously along the edge of the rift. Long before it was a bustling city, it was a nameless research station built inside the gigantic severed head of one of the godlike Celestials. Research quickly turned to profit as various illegal mining operations set up to harvest the potent brain matter. The commercial side of Nowhere sprang up to feed and service the researchers turned miners. Food supplies became a plethora of market kiosks offering cuisine from every corner of the galaxy. Shelters became brothels and bars. Many soon traded their mining tools for untraceable firearms as they moved toward back alley deals, assassination contracts, and smuggling operations. The station's head of security, Cosmo, maintains a loose kind of order, keeping the various criminal factions from tearing the place apart, while allowing them their questionable operations so businesses can continue. Nowhere sits outside the jurisdiction of Nova Corps and remains neutral in galactic conflicts. Okay, we're gonna come back here next time. Oh my goodness, we have quite a bit to get around to, huh? What even is a celestial being? Like, what am I even looking at here? Are these supposed to be eyes? They had 6 eyes, and then this is where the head attaches to the body, I guess? Hard to imagine. Ugh. Okay. Are we all good? Time to head off? Probably. Everyone's actually a little bit quiet for once. Even you, little llama.
I bet Groot has a rich, velvety voice.
You can hear it. You don't know what he's saying, but you can hear what his voice sounds like.
Can't exactly complete a routine if you're walking about.
Oh, thank you. You actually care about my well-being, sort of. Okay, let's get going then. Call Cosmo from the cockpit. Oh my god. What about the tracker though? Is Rocket gonna work on that? We didn't get to talk to his guy in Nowhere. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll ask Cosmo.
Anything yet?
Guardian of Galaxies.
Cosmo, buddy. Where have you been? We've been calling you.
Sorry, Piotr Quill. Cosmos' bow's been tied. Universal Church of Truth arrive at Nowhere.
Oh no.
What? Are you okay?
He's fine for a moment. Cosmo receive warning in time. But Continuum Cortex is of shutdown for safety. It's been dead, huh?
Your little detective trip almost got us killed. We'll fill you in when we get there.
Yet, this problem is bigger than Cosmo. Guardian of Galaxies must go to Xandar and ask Worldmind for help instead. Cosmo unable to get through. Guardian of Galaxies must actually...
Oh no.
Cosmo, are you there? What happened?
I am Groot.
Oh my god. Oh, they're already here. Who?
Are we under attack?
So these are the cowards who defile Lady Hellbender's honor.
Lethal Legion.
Good.
And who the flark are you?
Normally, I would not engage in conversation with inferior life forms. But my contract with Lady Hellbender stipulates otherwise. Therefore, Abomination, you may refer to me by my title. I am Captain Glory, leader of the Lethal Legion.
Lethal Legion? More like Loser Legion.
He surrounded us.
Listen, I get that Lady Hellbender's super pissed, but now's really not the best time.
Did you think that she would ease her bounty simply because you somehow managed to elude the Blood Brothers in nowhere?
Yes?
Then you are as imbecilic as they are. Lady Hellbender sends her regards, so-called Guardians of the Galaxy. Prepare to be eliminated.
No, you prepare to be eliminated.
Smooth.
We got this. Probably.
Space flight. Oh god.
Hit them hard and give no quarter. There's nothing
Oh!
on that garbage scow worth salvaging.
We're taking fire!
Oh no,
Got
oh
a
no.
piece of that guy!
Try not to get shot, Quill.
Trying, this sucks!
Oh, we can dodge, we can dodge. I gotta remember the controls again.
Hang in there, bud. They ain't killed us yet. Direct hit.
We gotta lock on or something. Oh my god.
Now this is a proper dogfight!
Oh, this is sick.
These ships ain't dying fast enough.
That's a fixable problem.
Rocket, maybe you wanna... Oh god, I'm not that good at this.
Drop out and get a better angle if it gets too hot.
Or feel free to point the guns right at him and charge.
Just charge into them?
I am Groot.
Stop barking orders, Groot. You don't even know how to fly her.
Where's Drax the Destroyer? My bounty's for 5 of you.
Ain't a bad question.
Oh god.
Jeez, how much money did she offer these guys?
Doesn't matter. She wasted her money.
Heck ton.
Please try to flee. I would love to hunt you down.
Private Morning Glory's running his mouth again.
We doing okay? Oh, they have a huge legion here.
Can't we just send an IOU to Lady H?
I ain't paying that psycho a single unit.
Oh, this is awesome, man. I wish Mass Effect had something like this.
Feel free to show off, Quill. They insulted my baby.
Yes. Feel free to show off as you die.
Feels kind of good to have bounty hunters after us. It means we're making a name for ourselves, right?
Yeah,
Not sure how
yeah.
much we get out of taking down Crapton Craphole and his legion of crap.
I am Groot.
Hang in there, bud. They ain't killed us yet.
These guys have really bad timing.
Perfect timing from where I stand.
Stop eavesdropping in our conversations. It's not meant for you.
Only one lethal lame brain left.
One is all we need.
That don't even make sense. We just wasted a ton of you.
Woo! Who's the inferior life form now, huh?
Drop out and get a
Still.
better angle if it gets too hot. Peter, I'm picking up something.
What?
It appears I'll have to finish this myself.
Oh.
So you defeated my fighters, but my cruiser will crush you.
Oh, the Milano is kind of scrappy. I'm not sure about this.
That's it? That's what you've been bragging about?
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's, well, I'm sure it's very comfortable.
I will not be mocked.
Then do something about it.
That did some real damage. Keep hitting his exhaust ports.
Oh, we gotta
Your
go.
strategy will work.
Thanks. You just confirmed that it will.
Just calm down.
Lady Skullsuit has the worst flarkin' timing.
Is she here?
Just her goons. This time.
Oh, we're so good at dodging.
Morons. Protect our ports.
This guy's starting to sound like Rocket.
It's called language efficiency, Quill.
We're fine, we're fine.
Starting to feel like we pissed off the whole galaxy.
A good chunk of them anyway.
Really need to work on our PR.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Hiring a PR person?
You okay in there, Cap?
Stay still and I'll show you.
Why would I do that?
Feel that, Guardians?
Nope, not a thing.
The Milano definitely felt it.
I hit a rock. You didn't hit me. For the record.
I am Groot.
Yeah, I don't think these scrap sacks care if the galaxy's under siege.
Ooh, right up the exhaust port.
Just kill them already.
We're hit.
We really gotta take better care of the Milano.
Yeah, we owe her a ship wash and a wax when this is all over.
Right after you patch up all the holes.
Gotta get it before it teleports away.
Wonder how much these creeps are getting paid for killing us.
Let me look up the contract real quick. Oh,
I am Clary. Warrior.
Take that, Lady Skullscut!
I doubt we've seen the last of her.
We'll worry about Lady Hellbender later. Let's just focus on getting to Xandar. Punch it.
I don't think we can defeat her. Do you think she'll accept an apology?